So your lady left you. Your wife or your long-term girlfriend hit the road. I've heard this many times that 80% of the time it is the woman that initiates the breakup. It's the woman that leaves. And why is that? I mean, in today's world that we live in, a mediocre woman can replace a mediocre man much easier than a mediocre man can replace a mediocre woman. And I'm about to drop some real knowledge and perspective on you here that's going to have some real value for your future. So hang out for a couple minutes. Listen to what I've got to say. So, even if she did all kinds of things, even if it was her fault, even if she was the worst out of the two of you guys, you would have left you too if you were her. You were replaceable. You don't have to be, but that's how it was. Think about it. At one point in your life, you were driven, you were ambitious, you got things done, you were healthy, you were happy, you had all these big visions and goals and dreams, and over time, you spent more time watching TV, playing video games, drinking beer, smoking weed, not getting the things done you know you need to get done, not pursuing the amazing thing that you can be and all these amazing goals that you could achieve. So, over time, sure, you showed her that you weren't that great, that you were mediocre and that you were replaceable. But you know what else you did? And here's where the important part of this is. You proved to yourself over and over again, minute after minute, day after day, that you are not anything extraordinary, that you are not worthy of these amazing outcomes that you would envision for yourself, that you did keep stuffing burritos and pizza in your face instead of eating right, getting in the gym, getting the things done that you need to do with your time. You're busy playing Call of Duty or whatever video game you want to do, smoking weed, and getting out of shape. So, the good thing about all this is most of these mediocre women that have moved on to other mediocre men will continue to do so. Maybe they'll find their version of happiness, settle in, or bounce from one mediocre situation to the next. But the great thing is, you can define the issue. We've defined it right now. And you can do something about it. Now, it's not easy. It's pretty simple, but it's not that easy. Let me tell you, the best version of any person, of any man, any person, is fit and they're sober. They're healthy. They put the right things in their body. They do whatever it takes. Get up at 4 a.m. and work out before work. They make it happen. And you know what that's going to do? It's going to train you and teach you deep down, subconsciously, over time, after years of commitment, that you are a tough, bad, we'll just blank out the words I would use. You're strong, you're capable, you're resilient, you do things that other people can't do. You're not average. You're not ordinary. You are extraordinary. You become this by proving to yourself over and over again, without backstepping, that you're strong and resilient. By getting your butt into the gym or to whatever version of legitimate, intense, hardcore workout your body needs. And you're going to do that 5, 6, 7 days a week. I at one point was going 5 to 6 days a week. I'm straight up, not only am I 7 days a week, but 3 or 4 of those days I'm in the morning and in the evening. And, let me tell you, my subconscious, my soul knows deep down that I am a completely different individual than when I was fat, drunk, and divorced a little bit over 3 years ago. Since I started this path, it took me a long time to get the alcohol out of my lifestyle. It took me almost 2 years of trying. It didn't happen overnight. And the gym was what gave me the real strength and resilience and self-belief to start doing all the other things that were necessary to make sure that alcohol was gone for good. So that's, my path that I suggest to everybody. They know there's something different. You've got a calling. There's something better for you out there. Maybe you already know exactly what it is. Maybe you have no idea. Either way, the first steps are getting yourself legitimately well above average, extraordinarily fit. And that is not an easy short-term path. It's years of commitment. It's learning. It's continuing. It's building the habits, and you'll get to a point where you literally can't go without working out, or going to jiu-jitsu or boxing or doing intense yoga or running 13 miles a day, doing half marathons, training for your marathons, whatever form of intense physical activity that really pushes you, whatever it is you choose. Now, as you start to prove to yourself over and over again that you don't backstep, that you are tough and strong and do things that other people can't do, you start to truly become extraordinary. You start to see that the dreams and goals that you had are something you can really do. And they're just like the gym. They're just like the nutrition. They're things that you have to pursue with full commitment for an extended period of time without seeing any quick results. But having that faith deep down that you're on the path and you're going to continue to build in that same direction. So you can either prove to yourself all day, every day, that you are a fat, drunk, sloppy, pizza, burrito eating, video game playing loser, or you can prove to yourself every day that you are going to go hard and you're going to just over and over again be in the gym. You're going to eat right. You're going to continue to pursue your dreams and goals. You're going to take the chances. You're going to swing and miss. You're going to have losses, and you're going to get up and you're going to do it again and again and again. And you start to carry yourself completely differently. Women start to see you differently. They notice me now. I don't approach them. They want to approach me. I'm not done building what I'm building right now. I'm not ready to even let them into my life. I'm over 3 years into this journey. There was a point where I had a vision, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go do something extraordinary that I'm going to have to look back on for the rest of my life. And I had $700 to my name. Now, you can tell I've got a pretty cool asset here that a lot of people don't have. And I'm not saying that you have to follow a path that's anything like mine. But I took this ex-presidential motorcade SUV, I turned it into a little tiny home, I hit the road, I said I'm not drinking, and I was on the road for 346 days. I lived in the national forests, I lived on the beach in California. I did whatever I had to do to get jobs to sustain myself and survive, and within the first month, right after I financed the new engine, I had the bright idea to go have my transmission serviced before I took off. And I guarantee that's why my transmission went out and I had to replace my transmission a month in. Man, I had to scrape 3 different credit cards together, do way more work than I could fit into this. I don't know how I made it happen, but somehow I was able to get a new transmission in this thing. And I didn't have to call mommy and daddy and try to get rescued. Because, man, what a way to prove to yourself that you are the fat, drunk, lazy loser than have to call and get rescued when you go off on an epic adventure. And because I made it through that, I showed myself that I am tough and resilient. That when I get hit with some pretty hard challenges, I'm going to hit back harder. And at the end of this, now, I started with a vision for a YouTube channel. I'm closing in on 8,000 followers for my main channel. It's making me some money, not enough to sustain myself yet, but I've got real momentum. I've got amazing footage of this awesome story that I'm telling with my life that I'm going to have to look back on, that I can use to inspire and help other people. I did it starting with no money, and I figured out how to make it work, and I ended up spending about half of the time there working on a pier on the beach in Pismo Beach, California, where I was able to camp on the beach, camp on the sand dunes that go right up to the ocean. And when I wasn't there on the beach, I was up in the national forest in San Luis Obispo, just a few miles away. I did not plan on landing in the West Coast at all. I was going to California, but I was going to do Palm Springs for the winter. It's out in the desert. It was going to be warm and nice. And, serendipity, circumstance, whatever else, all fell into place. And I ended up going off and doing this totally wild thing, living on the coast. Now, that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't start proving to myself that I was tough and I was capable and I was worthy of self-belief and I was strong enough to put down the bottle. And I do have the self-discipline to stay away from the food and all of the things that are really enjoyable to stuff into my face, but serve no purpose other than making me fat. They serve no purpose other than taking this beautiful, wonderful gift that I've been given by my parents and my Creator, which is my body. And instead of disrespecting that, and truly disrespecting all of the forces that created me, I learned to start truly taking care of that body. And now, there's nothing to prove to anybody at this point. Whereas before, I had a lot to prove to myself and felt, in my early 40s at the point, I didn't need that much recognition from others, but it's sure nice to be looked at, with approval and with respect, which I was just another guy, and now I carry myself in a manner that I don't have to consciously do anything different. I'm just confident. I believe in myself. I'm capable. I know what I'm doing is going to pay off in a major way. And when I'm ready to start giving up my valuable time to a woman, it's going to be a woman that is truly worthy of that time, not someone I'm out there begging to take my time or give me attention. Someone who I choose, who I approve of, who I've attracted, and who has probably approached me. And it all comes down to keeping the promises to yourself, making promises to yourself, proving to yourself over and over again that you are amazing, that you are strong, that you are capable. Not proving to yourself that you're a fat, video game, pizza-eating, sloppy-ass dude, mediocre as could be, never got anything amazing to offer the world, just good enough to comfortably get by. You show yourself that every day, women see that in you, you're going to be easily replaceable. The next one will replace you too. And your mediocre woman is going to go on to another mediocre man. Something new, the novelty is going to attract her at first. And then she'll spend some time with him, and then the novelty will wear off, the new value will wear off. She'll kick him to the curb, go on to the next, or lock into a mediocre life with him if their mediocre version is more compatible than yours was. Or maybe he's just a little bit better, maybe slightly above your mediocre, but still mediocre as hell. So this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even happen in years. But who cares about where she is, who she's with, or what's going on? You've got the time now. You've got the capability now to really focus on the most important thing. And that is to create the individual that you admire most within yourself. That individual will be capable to attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right businesses, jobs. That version of you is going to be focused on purpose. That version is going to have a mission that is being pursued and is being accomplished, gets accomplished. Or you're going to go wholehearted, just full bore into something, and you're going to learn a bunch of lessons, and you're going to keep moving forward, and you're going to end up bringing everything together. And you will have your woman manifested into your life when you're ready to. And until then, the focus is you, is creating the best version of you. That version is a gift. That version will contribute to their community. That version will contribute to the world. That version will contribute to your future relationships. That version is amazing. But that version has to work harder than every other dude around. That version has to be able to give up comfort and delayed gratification. That version has to have discipline and avoid sticking the beer and the alcohol and the crappy food in your face, and learn how to eat properly, work out properly, avoid the vices, and stay true to yourself, the very best version of yourself that makes you proud every night and every morning. The person that you're proud to fall asleep as and the person you're proud to wake up as. So, this breakup you've gone through is a blessing. You might not know it right now, depending on how fresh it is, but it's a blessing. As long as you do something, take this situation, turn it into the thing that changed you into the most amazing version of yourself. I hope this serves some value for you guys. There's a lot out there that you have to offer this world as long as you take action. So get out there, get busy, stop acting like a little baby, stop crying, stop seeking comfort, stop filling your fat face with food. Get to work and start creating a very amazing version of yourself.